The times that we are living through now are being seen astrologically as a great turning point for humanity, for our future, for our evolution. This is the age of Aquarius that people have been talking about, the age of equality. But in order for us to actually create a world that is just, we have to see all of the injustice that was being hidden in the dark underbelly of the world. We see now how everything has been influenced by corruption. But us witnessing this and feeling this camaraderie of the people together, this is how the world changes. And it changes first with our minds. And we can see that in the astrology. And right now, during this exact time, this month, this summer, this is one of the biggest times that we will ever live through. And this will really put us on the trajectory of where we are going in the future and what we are intending to build. We just had the Sun in Cancer square Saturn in Aries. Two cardinal signs that have very different energies. And now we have Neptune going retrograde in Aries as well. The illusions are coming to the surface more and more every day. And it is affecting the way that we move forward, the way that we hold our beliefs and hold our actions and see ourselves and see others. During this time, we also have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and Jupiter just entered Leo. So there is an opposition between those two planets as well. And this is where the next nodal axis of the moon, which creates our eclipse seasons, is going to be starting this summer. The North Node will move into Aquarius right around the Lionsgate portal. And this is bringing up all of the idealization that we have around what we want for humanity. And that is also opposing the way that we view ourselves, Leo, the way that we hold ourselves our own sovereignty. And when you have the shadow side of it, it involves being incredibly self-centered in the sign of Leo and incredibly detached to other people's suffering with the Aquarian energy. So this is about balancing these energies and learning how to integrate them within ourselves so that what we actually build, the lives that we live, are in integrity with our true values and what we claim to say we believe. Then we just had a conjunction of Mars and Uranus in the sign of Gemini. So this really sparked the drive of the different thinking patterns that we are being called to integrate into our minds, into our own patterning in our bodies. Because this is not just about freeing our minds, but it is about then the journey of how we integrate that into our being. Because when there has been so many years, so many decades, generations of these patterns that really were designed to enslave us, how do we break those cycles? And when we do that, we can come up against a lot of friction. The friction from people who see that desire to evolve and grow be mirrored within us, but do not know how to do it themselves, and then get intimidated and lash out and project and start acting in their unresolved, fragmented selves. And their shadows come to life right in front of us. And that can be really disheartening when all you want is to connect with people, and maybe the people you've cared about, you want to see them grow, but that's just not what they are deciding for themselves right now. And you can always allow and give room for people to evolve, but we need to remember that it's not our responsibility to get other people to decide to fight for themselves, to fight for their minds, the freedom of their minds, the integrity of their hearts. A lot of people find it easier to bypass and to avoid, even within, spiritual communities, because I'm not even saying that being spiritual means that you are actually living in integrity. A lot of this can be spiritual bypassing, and when people do that, they open themselves up to really sticky, gross, negative attachments, and you can kind of sense that. And I'm talking about, physically with people, and then also energetically with whatever I don't want to know. So we can see that this is happening on a large scale. And then if you are on this sort of journey, you're probably experiencing it just in your daily life, and you're witnessing it within people. And all of this is getting brought up right now because we also have Mercury retrograding in the sign of Cancer. So a lot of retrogrades going on right now. And with Mercury retrograding, that is our mind. That's what is closest to us. These large planets, when they retrograde, like Pluto and Neptune, this affects us personally, yes, but it also affects the collective in a very big way, where it can shift the larger pattern of the whole system that we all are in. And I think that we all are experiencing that. And that's what's coming up around our beliefs, where people are seeing what truly means something to them. What kind of connection, what kind of authenticity makes you feel something versus what is fake, what is manufactured, what is AI, what is designed just from a corporation to sell you something soulless. And we are sensing that more and more. This old age of everything that we have seen has been illusion, and now we are seeing clarity. With Aquarius as the great ruler of this age, that calls us to bring that sort of energy within our own lives, within our own minds, within the way that we move about life now. And this is our turning point of looking in the mirror, of being able to detach enough of our ego from a situation in order to look at it objectively, in order to understand what is going on around the larger scale. And this is where our beliefs are being challenged, where what we perceive to be real and what we perceive to be illusion or fantasy is being moved together and collided in some strange Neptunian retrograde ocean of what has been denied from us to truly see, and we are no longer limiting our point of view based on what somebody else tells us is possible. Because that is the only way that we create something that hasn't happened before. That's the whole point of this age, of the age of Aquarius. And it's coming right now, and it's here right now. And you probably felt something shift this weekend. But the integration of how we bring this into our bodies, Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Cancer, is what will truly take us forward when Mercury finally stations direct through the middle of August. We will find something very different.